Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jonathan, and today I'm bringing you a video talking about recruiters. Now, I've been wanting to make a video about this probably since I joined the Air Force and even really thought about joining the military, just because it's kind of a tricky subject. Like, I don't want to put shame on recruiters or certain people, and I'm not going to call out any certain people or anything. I'm just going to kind of give you examples of stories that I've heard from people that I know very well and the things that they went through. And before I get into this video, like super deep into it or anything like that, the stuff that I say isn't to trash anybody, like I just said, but it's just kind of to enlighten the situation so that as somebody who is in the process of joining the military, you don't fall into the same traps that maybe some other people might have, because there's a way that things are supposed to go when you're joining the military, and very standardized procedures, and sometimes some recruiters and stuff can kind of get away from that, and it definitely gets confusing, not only for you, but just for kind of everybody involved in you joining the military, whether it's the recruiter and who he talks to on a daily basis, like MEPS and blah, 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 right? So, also, if you are a recruiter and you see this video or anything like that, and you're like, oh, no, dude, like, you're wrong about that, like, just let me know in the comments or something like that, and, like, then I'll address that, because I do want to know, and this video is just going to be rambly from my own understanding, and from somebody who's also joined the Air Force and literally talks to thousands of people that join or want to join the Air Force, and I hear about these problems all of the time from cities nationwide. So yeah, there's that. So basically, I've heard stories about somebody wanting to join the military. All right, and this is like the number one thing that I'm about to tell you, the number one situation that I hear about, and there's also other ones with things that are medically related and all sorts of things, right? But this one specifically is the one that I hear about all of the time, and it's about people who want to join the Air Force. They've always wanted to join the Air Force, but they want to do the job that they want to do, which is 100% fine, because it's your life. You're making the commitment to join the Air Force. You're raising your right hand to join the Air Force. Like, you should be able to do what job you want to do when you're joining the military, because it's a commitment. It's a long period of time. Even if it goes by fast, even if it doesn't seem like it's a long period of time, 4 years of your life, 6 years of your life, that's crazy. Because if you think about it, and I've seen this happen, you can serve a whole career in the military, or even 4 years, and die when you get out. And I'm not saying that being in the military and stuff isn't honorable and all sorts of stuff like that, but obviously when you get out of the military, you want to have a life. You want to go and explore the world and travel, and you want to do the things that you can't do when you're in the military. And so when you make that big commitment to join the military, like, you kind of put that on hold for a little bit for the country, which is really cool. But at the same time, you just have to remember that, like, you want to do what you want to do when you're making that commitment. You don't want to get told what to do from the start to the finish, even though at some points you are going to have to get told what to do and you have to deal with authority, and that's cool. But if you're going to get told what to do, you want to do it doing the job you want to do, basically. Like, if you want to go and cook, and you want to be a cook in the Air Force, and you end up being a cop, you're going to be like, huh, this isn't really what I expected. So basically what happens is people will want to join the Air Force. They'll go through MEPS, they'll go through DEP, they'll give their list of jobs that they want, and they'll be like, listen, recruiter, this is my number one job that I want. You told me that I have to have a bunch of other variations of jobs on here so that it looks better for MEPS, but these are the jobs that I want. This is the specific job that I want, and I'm not going to sign a contract unless it is the job or one of the few jobs that I do want. And so they'll wait and wait and wait in DEP, and 3 months later or 4 months later, they'll get a contract, and the recruiter's like, yo, I got your contract, come into the office and let's look at it. So you drive and you drive and you drive, however far away it is or close it is, and you get to the recruiting office, and she shows you what job it is, he or she, and it's like a maintenance job you didn't want, or maybe it's a comm job that you didn't want because you hate computers, or maybe it's a cook job, or maybe it's a cop, or they're like, well, you can just go open general and stuff, and whatever the case may be, the reason I want to make this video is to shine light on the fact that you don't have to sign a contract if you don't want to sign a contract. And the problem that I've seen over and over and over again with recruiters and stuff is that the recruiter will get mad that that person who wants to join won't sign that contract because it's a job that they don't want to do. And the recruiter will get mad and like act out in a way that's out of the person who wants to join's hands. Like they'll go and, you know, just basically put them on hold as somebody wanting to join the Air Force, and they'll try to kind of bleed them out of depth to where they don't actually end up joining. And I've seen it over and over and over again, and it's like, the purpose of the delayed entry is to have a delayed entry. And like, if you really want a job, all you have to do is say no. Say no to the contract. Like, no, I don't want that contract. I was going to say no to any other job that I got except cyber systems operations and cybersecurity. I would have 100% said no. And he told me, my recruiter specifically told me that I needed to have some maintenance on there, because before that I had all comm, and then I had like dental assistant and like some other like more services based stuff, because I don't want to work in airplanes. I definitely don't want to be a cop. I'm not trying to do all that other stuff. And so I was like, okay, these are the jobs I want. He's like, well, you have to have other stuff on there. And so I put some maintenance on there just because he told me to. And I got lucky because I still ended up with cyber ops, but I 100% would have said no and dealt with those consequences of maybe even not joining the Air Force because he would have got mad or something like that. I'm lucky that that didn't happen to me, but I've heard of it over and over and over. But I know that it's frustrating. If you're in that situation, it's frustrating. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus or be that guy that's like, yo, you should definitely do something about that. But you have the chain of command. Even if you're not in the Air Force, you have the sort of chain of command of, obviously that recruiter has some sort of supervision above him, some sort of senior, and if you need to contact that person or his commander or whatever because you have a feeling he's playing games with you or something like that, I 100% urge you to do that if you feel like they are playing games with you. If you don't feel like that and you just want to be mean, don't do that. That's not the right move to make. But if you think that they're playing with you and like you have a contract and you don't want to sign it, you want to wait for the next one to come, but they're trying to kick you out of depth or something like that, definitely use that sort of chain of command, because it's absolutely ridiculous that they would be doing that, because some places really need people to be in the Air Force so that we have that manning. And I don't know if that plays a part of it. I don't know what's going on with some people, because I know that there are some amazing recruiters. Like my recruiter was definitely a really solid guy. But everyone has a different experience in joining the Air Force. I've seen that in hundreds of videos across YouTube from every military YouTuber that I've ever watched, is that everyone has a different experience. Even people who are in the same job, I have a different experience from some of my like work friends, best friends almost. Like, they have different experiences in the Air Force than I do, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is, because we have different supervisors, different experiences at BMT, different friends that we knew from our flights, and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you're having an issue with your recruiter, also don't feel free to like voice your opinion to them. Like, you're not really in the Air Force yet. You're not under the same jurisdiction where they might have an extreme amount of authority over you. And so if you feel like you're being jacked with, I wouldn't hesitate to don't be mean to them, obviously, but if you voice your opinion on certain things, because I feel like you'll may possibly get like a really straight answer about any questions you may have. So hopefully you're not in that situation, but I want to make this video to kind of shed light on that, because I know that a lot of people probably deal with that, and I know for a fact that a lot of people do deal with that, and it's unfortunate. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and leave your ship dates and any questions you may have about my entire life down below in the comment section. If you want to ask me a question personally or something along those lines, I don't know how private messaging works on YouTube because I don't do that, but you can always try to DM me on Twitter and Instagram, and eventually I usually do check the requests that I do have, and I usually message back. So anyways, again, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.